merely because it was closer and more convenient for them to get the healthier option than it was to get the sodas, versus before when the sodas and all that stuff was closer to the cash register. So again, that's creating an environment to succeed. That was a study that they did, and so they kept it that way, and it got their employees to make healthier decisions, because it's a lot of work to walk across the room to get a soda. And, you know, if you're walking across the room to get a soda, it really shows that you are going out of your way to make a bad decision. So, and people are going to see that. I don't mean to shame you or judge you, but, you know, if you drink soda, I'm not saying it's horrible. You can never do that. I'm just saying just try to reduce it because it affects you. So, the other thing too is caffeine is a huge stress inducer. So, a lot of people don't realize that caffeine and energy drinks cause you a lot more stress because your brain's running fast. It's trying to go. It's looking for these like instant reward systems. And if you're not getting instant rewarded for stuff you're doing, you start freaking out and you start thinking there's more that you need to do. And you just can't relax. So just keep that in mind when you do that, or when you're drinking soda, or if you drink too much caffeine or whatever. Just try to do less and try to see how you feel. You'll probably notice that you feel better. So moving on. Again, a lot of us, sometimes we get into work, we have other stuff going on in our lives. We have personal lives. Look, our work isn't our entirety of our existence, you know. As much as your company or business, whoever it is, might think that we're humans, we got our own lives. Like, if I had it my way, I probably wouldn't be doing some of the work that I've been doing, you know. But with that said, you know, we have things going on in our personal lives, and sometimes it distracts us and we can't focus. It makes us anxious, makes us depressed, and it's just a bad time, essentially. You can't really get work started. You can't really stay focused on any task. So what I would suggest is that morning writing exercise I talked about, where essentially you're going to set like a 10 to 15 to 20 minute timer where you just write nonstop. You don't care about grammar. You're not going to judge your thoughts, whether they're good or bad or they sound horrible. It doesn't matter. You just got to write all your thoughts down. Whatever you're thinking about a situation, whatever you're thinking about a person, good and bad, doesn't matter. No judgment. Get it all out. Because those are the things that are coming up throughout the day if you don't. If you don't get those out at some point, you don't think about those things at some point, just dedicate time to think about it, those are going to distract you throughout the day. You know, you're not going to have a choice, because that's the way your mind is, because it wants you to deal with something, or it wants you to dedicate time to understand a problem in your personal life. Because the things that are going on in your personal life are going to interfere with your ability to do your job, to do your creative task, or whatever it is, or to interact or hang out with your friends. It's going to bother you if you don't take the time to deal with those issues, or just at least take time to get them out, you know. Otherwise, like I said, they just kind of build up in your brain, and then while you're trying to like make a website or while you're trying to design a logo, you're going to be like pausing every 5 minutes because this thing comes up. Or you're going to be listening to a song, it's going to keep reminding you of the thing you're supposed to think about, or a thing that it wants you to think about. So, just keep that in mind. Like I said, the whole thing is like when you're distracted, you're stressed, is that you just need to get those thoughts out somehow, some way. And again, when you write that paper, or whatever, that morning writing exercise, it's like a free flow of consciousness. It's like nothing, it doesn't even have to make sense, really. It's just to get it out. What was I going to say? I'll move on. So another thing you can do too is at work, a lot of people are meeting happy, and they just want to set up a meeting for everything. If you work somewhere where you never have time to do your work, or there's so many meetings you can't do your job, I would just block off time on your calendar. Don't tell anyone, just block off the time. And if someone really needs you to take that time off, or they really have an important meeting, then fine, you can open that time up again. But otherwise, it's like, it's your time. You're supposed to get some work. You have the most important, most urgent task you need to get done, your anchoring task, and you need that 2 hours, you need that 3 hours, or whatever it is. So, you know, if someone wants a meeting, unless it's important and urgent, too bad. You know, that's just how it is. That's you taking initiative for your own work and the people that you owe that work to. So just keep that in mind. And again, if people are going to give you issues about it, just tell them, hey, look, man, this is the most important thing I have to do today. Talk to my supervisor if you have an issue with it, or you think that I'm not prioritizing correctly. But as far as I was told, this is the most important thing I need to do today, and I'm sorry that you feel otherwise. You know, so if you disagree, go talk to this person. They'll figure it out. And more times than not, when I've done that, the supervisors come back and tell me, hey, keep working on what you're working on. I told the other person to screw off. All right, so that's usually what will happen. This is just you becoming more comfortable with telling people no. And again, no doesn't mean no forever. No just means no until I have time to do it. So, or they delegate it to someone else. And then lastly, we have music. So music I've always talked about, I find very motivating, and obviously there's been plenty of studies that prove that music can really help people stay productive, get in the zone, get in a flow state, etc. So one of their suggestions is if you're doing like a repetitive or boring task, they say something fast-paced, some complex music, or something like that is what they would recommend. Just to keep you moving, feeling good, just getting that task done. They say music essentially kind of activates the same parts of the brain as it does for, drug addictions, love, and like cocaine, etc. So keep that in mind. Like music has a huge effect on your brain. So it essentially it's a nice reward system for trying to get stuff done. I also use music to like if I have a big day or I have a day where I need to be high energy, I need to be ready to go. I have a meeting or presentation. That morning before I go to work, I might even do a little bit of dancing. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to get feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? That's huge. Finding ways to motivate yourself, get yourself in the zone. I talked about flow states. Flow states are essentially your peak performance. That's when you're at the best that you can actually do with all of the base experiences that you've had. So, let's say most of the time you're probably operating at like 70 to 75%. But because you have this awesome ritual or this nice system that you follow to get yourself into the zone, you're now operating at 90 to 100%. I don't know if 100% is possible, but you're operating at like 90+%. All right, this is your peak performance. You're just doing the best you can do it. This is as efficient as possible. This is as fast as possible. And this is as focused as possible. So this means like whatever's trying to come at you, nah, you don't have time for it. You're doing this. So that's your flow and your peak performance. I talk about flow as essentially just, trying to get to a point where you're just limiting all your distractions. And again, goes back to like getting that meeting schedule off of there, focusing on your anchoring task and not worrying about anything else that isn't your most important and most urgent task. It's understanding the why you're doing it and why it's the most important thing you need to do today because your boss or your CEO says so, or because you can make a lot of sales by doing this, or you're gonna be able to pitch a product or an idea because you're focusing on this all day or whatever it is. You just need to limit your distractions the best you can. And look, other people are gonna try to push you and tell you to do other shit. They're wrong, okay? Unless they can prove to you, or unless they can convince your supervisor otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing. Just tell them, I don't have time for that right now. I have to do this. If you think I should do this instead, talk to my supervisor. Or if you're the supervisor, talk to your CEO or whoever is above you. And if you're the CEO, well, I would keep an open, try to be cool and keep an open mind and see why someone's trying to get you to do something.Maybe not just shut them out and assume you understand all the rationale behind their thinking or why they're asking you to do something. What else? I think that was about it. So yeah, I hope this video was useful. Again, just like these are some tips, these are things that I have found helpful for myself in regard to focus and productivity. As I said, I use music for like everything. They also recommend with music, it's like use like instrumental music or new lyrics, or let me rephrase that. So they say for one of the things to do for creativity is don't listen to music that you're familiar with or over familiar with, because your brain is just like kind of bored by it because you've already heard this song 1,000 million times. So you then need to just listen to something you haven't heard often, or maybe just throw your whole playlist on shuffle, or maybe you just try listening to new music. Maybe you find like a playlist on YouTube where someone already put together, a playlist on Spotify or Pandora, or whatever it is. The point is you got to find new music. If you find the lyrics are distracting you, you can't focus because the lyrics in the song are making you think about other stuff, use instrumental music. I listen to video game music when I'm working sometimes because it's like, one, it's like nostalgic, and two, for whatever reason, like makes me feel epic. So that like motivates me, gets me up going again. You listen to soundtracks from movies you liked, soundtracks from TV shows you've liked. Like those playlists exist. Someone made a playlist for it. I'm like 99% sure they have already. So if you just look it up or do a little Googling or YouTube searching or Spotify searching, you'll find it. I know I keep bringing up Spotify. I just really like their app. I'm going to be honest. So it is what it is. But anyways, this is essentially my talk today about focus and productivity. you guys have any questions or thoughts, just let me know. Follow me on, or subscribe to me on YouTube if you can. Like my videos. And if you can, I have a Patreon page is where I'm accepting donations and for people that want to support my content and help me kind of earn some money while I'm trying to do this. It just helps a lot, and like these videos take a lot of time and effort and energy, so it really means a lot when people can help and donate in that way. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care. Bye bye.